Hi everybody, welcome back. Sorry for kind of the late start. I was hoping to maybe get some games in with Jason, but I think he's playing with some of his some of other buddies for like Call of Duty or something, some new game that's coming out, so that's fine. We'll just play one here. I think he said he might join us later, but we'll see if we can get at least a few games in here. Ash meta, huh? Oh no, not the Gator. I mean, I've seen Gator take over games, but I just don't like the tempo champs that much. What are we at anyways? Did we promote? I think we're close. Few games of peak performance. Yeah, that's kind of runs contrary to Kha'Zix support, my experience.
Your worst decisions will haunt you.
Nunu. I mean, historically, Nunu's one of my favorite junglers. He is a little off meta right now. We're only at 71 LP? My god, we must have lost so many games. Because we won both last night. I guess... Yeah, the two nights before that were bad, but I didn't realize we were that far behind. It must have been like -4. Over the last, like, 3 nights. Well, he can secure objectives, and he's like he can, you know, gum up a front line. It's just, it's really hard. Like, he can't carry by himself. It would be rare to see, like, a 10-0. You know, Nunu running around. Blitz or die. I'm probably not doing Blitz, man. I don't know. I did play Blitz quite a few times over the last couple weeks, and we did all right for a while. He has been nerfed, but he can just be countered so hard if you fall behind. There might be some circumstances where we try him if they have like a Soraka or something. I might dodge this. This is so bad, like, I think I'm dodging. This dude, well, I guess he does play Varus some, but like Varus into Zed. Jungler's off-rolled. We got like 3 ADC players on our team. Nah. Jungle Blitz. Yeah, but I'm not jungle. I mean, I don't think Blitz is bad. He's just not as versatile. Nocturne Jungle, Rush Blather, and King, Sunfire Randomins. Did you get coaching from Nice? Or are you saying you just like watched a video where he was talking about it? I didn't think he made free content anymore other than his constant engagement with haters on his Twitter. I don't know about that build. I've seen a I mean, you know, if you went 9-3, obviously the results speak for themselves. I've liked Nice in the past. Yeah. Well, I don't mind people paying for stuff, but like, at 350, I mean, I've talked about that a ton. But he does have, like, his past content, you know, I did like a lot of his stuff, and I used to advocate for him when he was a much smaller channel. I mean, not that, you know, he needs my endorsement, but, you know, back kind of close to when I started, 2016, 2017, when he did kind of a lot of, you know, content on his channel, and sort of guides and things like that. And bronze too. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just not familiar with that setup, but that's probably a good idea. You know, it gives you a lot more flexibility in terms of, you know, when you engage, your team doesn't have to follow up immediately or you die. It's not as snowball reliant. So, I mean, I could get behind it. The Blade of the Ruined King is a little weird, but maybe that is just better than something like Gore Drinker. Maybe Gore Drinker's just that bad right now. I can't remember what the... We had one on our team. I've got a few minutes on a dodge here. I can't remember how long ago that was. I wish you could search by, like, champ. Where we had a Nocturne that just, like, totally took over the game. I feel like it wasn't that long ago. But my sense of time is always, like, really far off. There it is. Okay, so this guy went for, like, a crit build. So he went Shield Bow. I think he went Shield Bow, PD, Infinity Edge, and then Bloodthirster. I don't know, like, melee champs going crit is a little weird sometimes, but the Shield Bow's cool because it does give you that defense-offense sort of hybridity. I don't know. I mean, Blade can work, obviously. It gives you the movement speed to stick to him. Attack speed's good on him. Is knock mid viable? I mean, viable's an interesting word. I haven't seen it in a long time. You can probably win with it, but it's not as much of a, you know, possibility as it has been in some very specific metas of the past. Yeah, Stride Breaker's another one that could work. That gives health. So yeah, I mean, if it's working, obviously keep doing it. Alright, we got 1 minute here. So yeah, as we saw over here briefly, if you were looking, the Blitzcrank is still doing pretty well. I don't know. I mean, I think he's matchup specific. I don't want to play him blind pick. It feels really bad if they pick stuff that's good against him. Because he only does one thing. Right? So, like, if someone picks, like, Samira, I think was the last time I played him, and someone picked Samira, which felt really bad, because then she can, like, spell shield not only basically for herself, but also for the support. Stuff like Tristana is really obnoxious, because she can buffer your hit. So they can pick, you know, Tristana, Samira, Lucian, Ezreal, or even if they take Gale Force and, you know, they have any sort of reaction time, they can Gale Force a hook. Now, they can't do all of that stuff on every single hook, but it just feels like there are a lot of things people can do to mitigate Blitz. And people are aware of a lot of the countermeasures. I mean, you could say there's stuff to mitigate Rakan too, but I just feel like he's a lot more multi-dimensional. Blitz is nice if they have a lot of squishy champs, especially ones that have a lot of CC and do a hell of a lot of damage. And it's, you know, difficult to go in as Rakan. You know, obviously something like Veigar. Then Blitz is pretty good. Or like picking off, squishy and immobile enchanters, right? Like your Sorakas, Sonas, stuff like that. He's pretty good. Yeah, pretty much. Rakan's got 3 skills instead of 1. Well, he can clear waves. I mean, the jungle is really... We got freaking blasted by a Blitz jungle earlier in the week, I think. All you need to be a good jungler a lot of times is just clear, like, quickly and have decent gank presence. And I think he can do that with his W. Yeah, they're doing that with a lot more champions, like bonus damage to monsters. Which is okay. I mean, they really need to do that with, like, Teemo. Morg? Does Morg have bonus damage to monsters? I'm not sure. Morg jungle hasn't been a thing in a while. I'm not sure what they did to... I mean, they nerfed her, like, her clear speed one way or another. But I don't know. It's just really hard to interact with Blitz's hook, too. Like, if he does land it against, you know, a good target. Because you can't cleanse it, you can't Mikhail's it. I think you might be able to cleanse and flash to get out of it. I'm not 100% about that. Nice, congrats, Delib. Yeah, it takes, like, multiple things, though. It's just a lot harder to interact with that than a Morgana bind, where you just need one piece. Well, is this guy a Shaco one-trick? I'm assuming he is. Every Shaco player is a Shaco one-trick. I mean, Sejuani seems to be okay now. People just... I guess Trundle is just horrible. It's like, nobody plays Trundle. And he's such an obvious, like, hardcore counter to Sejuani. You can use Trundle Pillar to stop your ally from being pulled. Can you? I don't think so. You can knock them up and it takes them out of the hook? I've never seen that. I mean, I'm not doubting that it can happen. I'll have to watch a YouTube video and see if it's on there. That's pretty funny. That's pretty creative. I mean, if that works, which, I mean, if you've seen it, it obviously works, but, like, that would be really cool. Why are we playing this weird shit? Okay, I mean, he doesn't play that much Warwick, though. I don't know, whatever. It's not worth a 10-point dodge. It's so hard to take any sort of 10-point dodge. First time Akali, huh? You love to see that. I mean, it's versus 38% Ari. We've got exactly 10 games played on these champs for everybody but me. I mean, I guess it is just last 30 days. But why is it so hard to keep this chat up over here? What the fuck? There. I'm so tired of stuff just not working. It's over. The chat's over there now, but it's like pulling up the YouTube thing. Anytime I like go into the game, it's like was forcing open a different window on my second monitor. But I got it.
Consequences only matter if I don't get away.
Oh, first strike Lucian, huh? Okay, that's a lot less kill pressure. I mean, he'll get him some money, but...
I don't need to understand the plan.
Dude, I'm not getting red... What the fuck do you mean get red... Oh, just for boxes or whatever?
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Oh, crap. I hate having to have what humans call
You walking straight in there? Who flashed that? Do you guys remember?
They've never seen moves like mine.
The Spite Ignite.
I am a chronic line stepper.
Warwick, okay. No, well, I know Warwick flashed on our team. Was it Eve? I don't know who flashed on their team.
Okay, Rakan. Get him one.
Two of them just ate it. I thought they were all gonna flash. Like, it was pretty obvious I was doing that. Like, I thought about flashing and then going over the wall with it, but I wasn't really sure if they were gonna flash forward and go for us or what. Oof. Kai'Sa's, like, freaking good right now in general. I think she might be the best ADC. She still does require a bit more skill than stuff like Sivir or Misfortune. But I think if played reasonably, seems really strong. I don't know what they really changed about her, but... I don't know if it's worth it for me to take like 100 damage for 10 gold. I need to try to make him hit me instead of her with his magic. I don't know where Eve is. Probably top.
Humans will never understand our kind until they hear the song.
Dude, you can't push in like that, man. Is he gonna turn it? No? Okay, I guess maybe he's trying to kill both of them.
Moves right. Time to show it. Magic isn't supposed to be safe.
An enemy has been slain.
Okay, alright, I stand corrected.
An enemy has been slain.
They want us in cages. We refuse. Gotta get myself hyped. Okay. One. Woo! All right.
I know the box is here. I had a shield.
The only way to understand magic is to plunge into it. Move with it. Dance and dance.
It's too early to go for dragon, I think. Well, I mean, we don't know. Like, some people, if they play assassins, they might be good on other assassins, you know? Like, we don't know it's a booster. Or whatever. Who knows? Some people just have good games, too.
If Zaya says someone has to die,
Yeah, I mean, Warwick... Well, Warwick's top. But... Like, you can still do the Drakes. I don't think they're that much harder to clear. It's just they take a lot more time.
if it don't get out of control,
So, I feel like, especially before you're 6, I feel like I've kind of been screwed over by getting baited into doing early Drakes. Even though we got them.
An enemy has been slain.
I feel like I've been baited just because you lose so much XP by doing it, basically. Because you're going to miss a couple waves at the tower. That's why I think it's probably better to at least hit 6 first. Because that's obviously the most important breakpoint. One of them in the very early game, right? It's like level 2, 3, and 6 are the big ones. When you get new abilities. Okay. He doesn't have his dash.
I feel like my allies aren't recognizing how amazing my cloak is. I mean, seriously, rude. I don't need any.
Yeah, she got the aggro before I could, I think. But...
Ain't nothing I say should be taken seriously. Why is it true? I dig seeing stuff. It don't take a lot of work.
Fuck. We should just let that go, I think. Well, maybe a collie cleans up.
Let your guard down. Enemy killing spree.
God damn it. We got baited so fucking hard right there. Yeah, they have so much magic. I gotta get Mercs here. We should have just given him Dragon. Like, Sejuani, we just backed. Like, why the hell are you trying to fight the Eve right here? Like, you know Lucian's gonna spawn. Ahri can rotate down. I just should not have stayed. Now, she might be dead again. Wow. That's actually really well played.
They think they can catch me.
Yeah, you probably weren't here a few minutes ago. You might have been in a game or something. But I said I do think Kai'Sa's probably the best. With the caveat that she is a bit harder to play. But, like, if you have some experience on her, I think she probably is the best. I really didn't think that they changed anything that was that meaningful. Alright, I'm just gonna try to maybe counter mid.
I can improvise.
Might get baited again here.
It's magic that's wild. I'm used to
I don't think that was worth my R. I could have done it. I guess if I did my W. I still don't think we had enough to burst her before. If I hit her with the R going in W and ignite, maybe? I don't know. It probably would have been close.
see my dance.
Killing spree. Shut down.
The humans call it battle. It's just a dance.
Yeah, probably over misfortune right now. Again, I'm not exactly sure what's going on with her. It's just anecdotally, when I see her on my team or the enemy team, it feels like she just does a lot of damage right now. I know they gave her like a little buff to her like AP ratio on some, like her W or her passive. It didn't feel like it was a lot, but I don't know. Her Q feels like it definitely hurts. I think kind of skirmish and dive comps are sort of coming back in too. Again, I'd have to think about it more. I don't have a great explanation for it, but she just seems stronger right now. Dude, I don't have anything.
Magic is supposed to
An enemy has been
love
slain.
is supposed to hurt. Ecstasy means little.
I mean, maybe I could W that. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. I think she's dead with Eve there, even if I W. And I just feel like I'm dead. Like, I already got fucked earlier
Fun. I need
by trying to help.
fun. Now.
Well, we knew Shaco was there, like 100%. I didn't know about Eve. I mean, maybe I save her if I W and then E to her after that. But I just got punished for trying that in the jungle.
Wild magic, we have no children, we have no future.
Well, this Warwick is freaking steamrolling this set top, man. My god, set has like 30 CS. 40.
An
When I
enemy
get
is
sad,
dominating.
why stop being sad and be awesome instead? True story.
You can't do that. People just start tilting. Like, once they die, they just keep dying. You can't just walk right back to, like, push up that far without the support.
Don't leave nothing. Bring it on.
I mean, it just sucks because, you know, warding for her doesn't really matter that much. Do you have flash? Wow.
Where are you?
Most Shakos don't take flash.
An enemy has been slain.
I think Set got the first kill on him. I think Set soloed him at like level 2 or something. If I'm remembering that correctly.
Enemy has been slain.
Yeah. I
Shut
should
down.
probably be running.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on. Alright. Okay, Eve's top.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Sejuani might be the best jungler. Again, Sejuani's kind of out of nowhere too. She felt really weak for a while there. But she seems pretty strong these days.
I'm gonna show people some of the strange. Hello? You ready for me?
We have quite a bit of magic damage. I wonder if Abyssal Mask is okay here.
They will remember my name.
He's got Gale Force. Or, yeah. What? Shaco's trying to go AD as support?
Humans think that to believe in something you have to be serious about. That's their problem.
Shut down.
I mean, if Shaco doesn't, like...
Humans claim
Or not Shaco, if Warwick, like, doesn't feed early...
Killing spree.
I mean, he's got a good kit for a tank if you can make him tanky.
Double kill.
Right? He's got his ult, obviously, which is strong. And then he's got that howl.
for humans magic is
Like, it's not bad. It's
for
just...
us it is
I mean, I guess he's got sustain in lane. It's just weird. I've seen Warwicks do alright top before, but... I've also seen him, like, turbo feed.
If you aren't a little frightened, you're a lot.
Yeah, I mean, the melee... melee does help. I feel like most tops most of the time are melee, though, with Sej. I think it's just people are just... Nobody's picking Trundle. I think that's the biggest thing. They may have buffed... I think they did buff something with Sejuani a couple of patches ago. Something that seemed kind of innocuous. That was probably good. They may have nerfed some damage items too, potentially. See, people just don't have enough damage to kill her.
It's a revolution. And it's
Like, I know they kind of nerfed, like, the Yumi Sivir, sort of, although it's still, like, taken off at Worlds. But, like, that hyper-scaling type of comp isn't as good as it was.
I dance because I'm
She's pretty good against caster stuff. I feel like Misfortune or whatever, because you gotta have, like, high sustained damage. Like, burst damage is not gonna kill her.
I'm gonna live.
Yeah. Sometimes I think Warwicks go too hard on the attack speed, too.
Slain. Double kill.
Like, there was one Warwick who was doing okay in one of my games, but he went, like...
I'm cheating.
I don't even remember. It was Blather and King, but, like, every item... It was, like, Berserker Greaves... I don't even remember what else, but it was like all of these attack speed or AD items. This guy looks like he's going Divine Sunder. I think that's correct.
They will see my depths. Then they will
He gets a lot of value out of tankiness because he has so much healing in his kit. And his, I think it's his E gives him that percentage damage resistance, so... I don't know. Like, you can play him as a duelist where you just sit there and trade autos, you know, but... I feel like he's at his best when he's like a disruptor. Yeah, Sunfire, Titanic, all of those are good because that gives actual, like, HP. It's just like... I feel like on most melee champs, I don't like stuff that's just sheer offense with no defense. The exception of maybe, you know, obviously like some Master Yi stuff. I think Belveth, you know, there are some exceptions, but I think a lot of times those hybrid items have just been so good all season
I was born.
that that's just where I would want to be.
It's okay. I'm staying alive. I will make them dance.
Has been slain.
I will make them fear.
You have slain an enemy. Killing spree.
That looked kind of KSy, but she already got away from me earlier with that Akali play because I didn't ignite her. I didn't W, so I just didn't want it to happen again. Because I'm pretty sure she still had her ult, or she wouldn't try to go for the Kai'Sa right there. Yeah, so, I mean, it looks KSy, but I think given the fact that I didn't know the status of her ult, that's the play. Because I don't think Eve tries to make that play if she doesn't have her ult. And she had an opportunity to ult and probably get out right there if she really wanted to. So, well, I just don't think it's... I mean, it is a kill secure, but, like, not in a meme sense.
Dangerous.
I think. I don't know. I don't take pride in chaos. It's bad. Like, it's bad money management. The support doesn't need the money and doesn't scale as well with it as the carries do. So it's bad to do it if you don't have to. But, you know, if it's up in the air, then obviously you just want the person to die. So I don't know. I mean, I guess you could make the argument. I didn't see the positioning of everybody on the ramp right there. Like, maybe... I still feel like she could have gotten the angle and ulted over this wall and gotten out. Hey, what's up, Mr. Origami? Or Miss... Yeah. Origami Tsunami.
Shut down.
So yeah, it's like, it's bad, but it's one of those, like, necessary bad things sometimes. I don't know why she's standing so far back there. I guess she just, like... Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Like I said, it's questionable, but especially given my what happened earlier in the game. I got burned. I think. I don't know. Like, she may have still gotten out. But I tried to go for the max CC duration where you hit them with the R and then knock them up with a W, but she had like that 10th of a second R there. And she did, so. Oh, God. Kaisa trying to be too cute with the pathing there. We need to be in lanes, boys. Like, we got Baron.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
How is that even possible?
An enemy has been slain.
Hate it when she
Damn it.
I'm so fine, I gotta kiss myself.
Oh, I getting lag. Is stream lagging? I'm getting a little bit in game. Okay, now it's back. I get these random, like, weird spikes sometimes. It's not, like, that bad, but... Okay. Kind of feel like I need to switch over to fiber soon. Once both girls are using data a lot, it's almost certainly I'm going to have to do that. Got a little bit of time on that, but... No. We want out, man. Does she have cleanse? Wow. Wait, they're all dead. Why? Why aren't we taking that tower? Oh, okay. He wants to TP back in.
I do not wish to kill the mortals.
Okay, that's gotta be a glitch. Why did I not take damage? If the tower dies while there's a shot mid-air, it disables the shot.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
There's wildness in
I had a colleague gave me the ward kill, which is cool. I mean, I don't care, but it was nice. It was thoughtful. I approve that message. You know, we supports have to take solace in what we have. Using a word like solace. Dude, I was laughing. There was a guy earlier. I hadn't kept up with my Warhammer comments, and I almost never get mean comments anymore. And it's mostly because I'm largely irrelevant, right? As far as, like, influencers. On a broader scale, people just don't watch me as much, so there's just not going to be as many haters. Most people that watch are just, you know, committed fans. But there was one guy that wrote out this, like, huge essay diatribe type of thing with, like, this backhanded insult. It was, like, hilarious. He's like, well, I don't usually give a thumbs down, so I won't, but there are definitely some pro-cons to this guy. Pro, he's got some pretty good information in this video. Con, and then he goes on for, like, this 12, like, lines. But one of the main things he said is, he's like, this guy says literally all the time and misuses it. Like, he hasn't even graduated 5th grade. I, like, went back and watched the video. I said literally one time, and it was literally how you're supposed to use the word literally. I said I'm literally not allowed to talk about this content until the embargo drops. That is exactly how that word works. Maybe he thinks literally means figuratively, because it does get misused a lot. But, and there was something else, but isn't on Grindr, that's right. Well, can't say he's on Grindr officially for employment purposes. Super high. I mean, that's just gonna happen. It was just funny. I'm like, dude, like, if you listen to me for 5 or 10 minutes, it's obvious that I'm pretty literate, man. I don't know. But it's just like, it's trying so hard to just like nitpick everything you possibly could. And that wasn't even like correct. You know, he could have critiqued me for saying or something, because I do that probably more than I should when I'm speaking. Like, at least levy, you know, legitimate critiques, but it was just amusing that he's just like trying so hard to just seem like he's erudite, right? Like he's so much smarter than me. He's like, well, he misused literate, you know, literally once in this hour-long guide. It's like, no, I didn't. The contract explicitly says you cannot talk. Like, that's little. Like, I could talk, but it is literally, as far as the rules go, it says that I'm not allowed to. Yo, what up?
Literally.
That's right. Some guy, I was just telling the stream, some guy tried to critique me, like, in a video, saying that I used the word...
I heard.
Oh, yeah.
I heard.
I'm like, dude, that is how it... literally means that's how it is. You just basically use it for emphasis these days.
It gave me a good chuckle.
Yeah. I'm like... Even if I did use it wrong, which I didn't, it's like, who gives a fuck? Like, why do you care so much?
People need something to complain about, man. Come on.
People are just so pedantic sometimes. Like, well, if I can find this one thing to nitpick about this person, then I'm better than they are.
Yeah. Fuck that motherfucker.
That's right. A while ago, I mean, I never said anything to him, but when I was, like, newer to content creation, if anybody critiqued anything or said anything, that I would try to, like, get into a conversation with him about it or whatever, and I just definitely stopped that, you know, because, like, they're never going to change their mind, and then they'll just usually get increasingly negative, and then, you know, they might go and say all kinds of other negative comments on all the rest of your stuff, so it's a nobody. Black Falcon, it's nobody. I don't know, Flippy. There always are going to be people. To be fair, there aren't that many. I'm almost positive there's at least one girl that's a hater. I can just see the bad review, probably. I mean, maybe she, like, won't care at the end of the semester, but it's possible she just has a severe case of RBF in the class, but she's just sitting there, just constantly on her phone. You know, it just looks like she's hating every minute of being in class. Never says anything. I hear her, like, whispering some, like, obvious stuff, like, asking this dude next to her obvious questions, like, hey, what does this assignment do, or something like that, on the assignment sheet, and then the guy just literally types on his computer and looks it up for her, and says, oh, it says right here on the assignment sheet that it's due, like, here and here, and she's like, oh, she's like, is this our last essay? Thank God, or something like that. But I can't remember. I think she actually wrote a decent essay, but RBF, resting B face. That's a saying. If maybe that's just an American thing, but it's usually used of a woman who looks mean just by default, just like who doesn't smile. Yeah, like her default is just serious. Which, if it's a guy, they're just thought to be serious, right? But if it's a girl, then they're thought to be mean. Sort of. I don't know. Some guys can have that too, where they look sort of mean, but it's just sort of socially, there's just a lot more pressure, I think, on a lot of women to, you know, to try to act pleasant and happy and, you know, friendly all the time. I mean, there is a thing for that, Butter. I mean, there definitely are some people that are into the sultry look, right? Which I think is different than, I mean, maybe it's RBF, but like the, you know, the model look where you're trying to look serious and look off in the distance or whatever, the Zoolander. I mean, that is a thing. So yeah, it is cool for a lot of guys. Yeah, exactly. Guys are not usually judged nearly as adversely for that. I mean, there are standards for guys, too. Right? Like, guys being sort of, I don't know, lighthearted or whimsical or something like that might be, you know, seen to be less manly by some people, though, too.
Oh, was that my bad? Sorry.
Yeah. It's probably not, it's not as bad as, like, the RBF, but it's a cultural thing, too, I feel like. There are some cultures where, you know, the guys are expected to be, like, pretty stern and serious a lot of the time. In America, it's kind of a mix. But I think guys, like, in general, are allowed to be a bit more whimsical than, you know, places maybe in Latin America or East Asia or some parts of Europe. Yeah, exactly. It is. I mean, there are just double standards about a lot of different things. Like, girls get critiqued for weight a lot more, guys get critiqued for money a lot more. It's just different expectations that are usually, but I mean, a lot of that is evolving though too. A lot of it is changing. Hey, thanks Flippy. I appreciate it, man. I'm with you. I mean, I try to understand that anyone that would say something and be like that petty probably has a pretty shitty life, though. Or, like, bad mental health, so I keep that in mind, too. It's just like, you know, it is what it is. I try to add perspective to it. It's usually not personal, because there's almost, like, it feels personal, but it's usually not about me. Like, most things aren't about me, right? When I'm interacting with other people, some of them are, but, like, if you don't know me, if you don't spend a lot of time, then there's no way it could be about me. Because you don't know me, or you haven't spent a lot of time with me. So it can't really be personal. It's just projecting something else that's going on in their life. I try to keep that in mind. I've learned that with students, right? Like, you know, sometimes if they're just like falling asleep in my class, or they're late on an assignment, or turn in some kind of bullshit assignment sometimes, you know, the vast majority of the time, it's not intended as any sort of disrespect. They just have a lot of other stuff going on. There are some students that are straight up disrespectful, but it's very, very few. Very few. Say it's less than 5%. There's like maybe one. And I wouldn't even say necessarily disrespectful, just people that are just very, like, negative about the class. And sometimes that's not even really on a personal level. They might just hate the material.
Let's dance.
Yeah. Nah, I don't do that. You're a mean professor. Very few people, I think, could consider me to be mean. If you consider me to be mean, like, I don't know what the hell you're gonna think in any other class. There might be some that are more permissive than me, but it is difficult. I'm definitely in the top 5% of permissiveness. Which I think is sometimes actually kind of negative, where, like, I think people know I'm going to extend deadlines, they know I'm going to give them a break on stuff. Some people do, and then they'll just, you know, start walking all over you if you give them that. Some students need it, though. Like, they really do, like, they really are pretty good students that are just bad at time management. Like, they're smart, they want to learn, they want to try, but, you know, they just decided their dad told them they have to be an engineer their first semester, and they're trying engineering classes and getting their ass kicked, you know, like, that kind of stuff happens a lot. Or, you know, mom said I have to be a doctor. They're taking, you know, chemistry and all this other stuff. Called a student a bad ADC. I may have, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, they have strict deadlines, right, to some extent, but I usually do give them extensions. I think some of them are picking up on that, but I mean, I don't go as far as, like, ungrading, which is a popular thing. You mean meaning means meaning? Means. What if you're secretly a student in class that I despise? I really don't despise any of my students. There are, like I said, there are very few that have, like, very specific, you know, antipathy for me, and even fewer that I have antipathy towards. There are some that are, you know, I could probably count it on one hand or something, like students where I was just like, man, that kid, you know, out of like thousands. Hey, thanks, Mr. T, I appreciate it. But it's very rare. You have to be, like, actively very rude to me consistently. There aren't that many people that, just in general, that I'm against. I mean, there are some people that, you know, have certain qualities about them or whatever that, you know, aren't always perfect, don't always inspire maximum happiness for me, right? But I would say that, you know, me despising somebody is pretty strong. Again, it usually, there's no way you can really do it passively with me. It has to be an active process of trying to cultivate my dislike for you. Where are the days you can still hit the student? Well, I'm glad those are gone.
Shit, if that was the case, I would have became a teacher.
That's right. It's unnecessary. Oh, I was talking about ungrading, man. That's like a step too far, even for me, where people are saying, like, they're wanting to just get rid of all grades. There are some classes that are like this, that are using this teaching model, where they just don't have grades in their class for, like, a freshman class. But then you're supposed to put a grade at the end of the semester, but you don't have grades, like, basically everything's like a completion grade. And I'm like, there is no way in hell anyone's gonna try in those classes. Like, something I've said, it's like, I have grades. I extend stuff, I give them breaks, but a lot of them are concerned about their grades, at least in my class, because they tell me, they're like, hey, what's my grade in here, whatever. I'm like, well, what'd you get on your essay? They'll be like, oh, this grade. I'm like, okay, that's the only like grade we have so far, so early on. But I mean, in theory, I like the idea of people just wanting to learn just to become smarter and to prepare themselves professionally and all this. But let's be real, like, that's just not how it's taught in K through 12. And especially for general ed classes, stuff that's not, like, explicitly in their major. Which nobody in my class is an English major. Maybe, like, one person. They're not going to understand or appreciate the value, you know? Like, you have to show them how to do that. So, I just don't think the no grades model is good for freshmen in a gen ed class. I think, like, grad students, sure. Because it doesn't matter, right? All that matters in grad is, you know, can you pass your, like, oral exams? Can you complete your dissertation? Can you get something published? Like, your grade in an individual class doesn't matter at that point, really. It's basically everybody gets an A unless you really fuck up. Then maybe you get a B+, you know, like... Come on, how the fuck does Misfortune miss that? Just use a Q on it. I don't know. It is what it is. Just clearly, like, just not comfortable on ADCs, I think. I show speed. I don't know what I show speed is. If you don't give grades, what are you telling your future employer? Well, it's about the skills, right? Like, I think a lot of employers really don't care that much about your grades. Like, if you're an honors student, like, that looks good, but not because you know specific things from general ed classes, but just because you're a hard worker. Like, that's what that shows. So, like, grades are useful, but I think a lot of employers care a lot more about how well you interview, you know, and which skills you've learned that you can actually bring to the table. Even getting into grad school, grades matter some, but, like, not a ton. Okay, we got an exhaust. Dude, yeah, HDR is really good. I have a pretty good PC. I usually update my PC every 5 years or so, and this was one of those years.
Bling bling.
That's right. So I have, it's a 3080 GPU Ti, which they've got 4080s now, but I mean, it's still really good. So it's a 3080, and then whatever the newest Intel processor was. I think it's an i9 something or other. Yeah. I mean, you don't need a lot for League of Legends. Like, this is overkill for League of Legends. It's really just, again, kind of trying to future-proof it to some extent. Trying to prepare it for games over the next couple of years. Single-player games, so I want to play those. Total War type of stuff. But yeah, it was expensive. I overpaid for it a little bit, you know, but... because there's, like, supply shortages. But I'm just not sure if that's going to go down, right? Like, there's even more inflation now than there was whenever I got this, I think in the spring. Yeah, I'm with you guys. I think grades are just necessary for just how the education system works. So I don't go that far, but those are the types of teachers that might be a bit more permissive. I mean, even some of them might be harder on attendance than I am. If they give me any sort of excuse, I basically always take it. The only way you're absent in my class is basically you don't show up and you never email me, pretty much. even then, I still give them a chance to lie to me if they get a lot of absences. If they have like 9 or something, I'll say, hey, were you sick for any of these? Or like, you have some car trouble, the dog eats your homework, the dog eats your car or something for some of these, or, you know, what? There's one guy, and actually there are a couple. It's going to be kind of awkward. This dude keeps, like, turning stuff in, but then he's only shown up to one class the entire semester.
An enemy has been slain.
So, and I don't even do Zoom. I was going to do Zoom again, but there's, like, no way you could think that that's okay, you know? I've said it so many times on the syllabus. Because with the Zoom thing, some people would think you could attend Zoom. Okay, we got the...
Time to show it.
I'll probably pass him, but he's going to get a low grade. I mean, my thing is basically, at this point, if you're turning stuff in, you'll pass. Like, that's just kind of how I see it for a 101. Not necessarily going to get an A or something, but... Well, you have to do the work. I think not showing up to class is very different from not actually doing the work.
Universe loves
I wouldn't excuse that if it's like, hey, I didn't turn in my essay. Can I just, like, skip it, you know? Like, I would say no. Okay. God. Annie's about to...
Should I? Yeah, I should. Probably.
I don't have anything for a little bit. Fuck.
Looks good. Feels good.
It's awkward. Heh. Yeah, that's definitely a difficulty in the sciences and math sometimes. I didn't ever really experience that. Yeah, they got enough magic damage.
I have got this.
People where English is the instructor, English is not their first language. It's difficult. It's like, yeah, technically you're communicating with math, but sometimes actually, like, being able to communicate with things that aren't numbers is useful for people who don't understand the numbers, you know? God.
Gotta get myself hyped. Okay.
It's so fucking annoying.
1, 2. Woo! All right.
Alright, we should be able to get him on this next pack. Is she not, oh, she didn't have her ult. Okay. Yeah, Seraphine's right there. We can rotate on her, maybe. Do we want to get a plate, or... Yeah. I'm coming. Nice.
What humans call magic,
Yeah. We getting it.
Chia!
Watch this. Probably a bad idea.
Nice. All the best ideas start off with watch this.
And that's what we call a da-da-da,
Da-da.
da-da-da.
That's right. That's like a Tom Brady versus the Carolina Panthers move right there. Oh man, maybe not.
Yeah, no, he's had a rough couple.
Oh my god, she lived with 1 HP?
I do not wish to kill the mortals. I want them to.
Yeah, he's got to be careful though, to some extent, because like he's probably really close to, you know, being like, fuck these kids, basically. And he's got that presumably this Fox like sports deal, you know, coming out. He's got a lot.
It's already set in stone.
Yeah. Okay.
He's getting it no matter what. Which is crazy. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, like, dude, retire. Like, you just talk to people and you're set for life. You're already set for life.
Yeah. Yeah, he just really loves playing. I mean, like I said, maybe he wanted to come back because he knew he was going to get that. Like, we don't know the cause and effect of Giselle, but maybe he was like, you know, if I retired, wanting to spend more time with the family, but now looks like I might get a divorce. I mean, what am I going to do?
It is. It's already filed.
Yeah. Some people think it, you know, I think a lot of people think the narrative is she wanted the divorce because he came back. But, you know, what if it
Makes
was
sense.
the other way?
I mean,
it does,
yeah,
sort of,
true.
but, you know, what if it's because he knew the divorce was coming, and so he's like, well, fuck it, like, if I'm going to be single, I'm at least going to play football.
Alright.
If the, you know, major reason he was going to retire was because of Giselle, and then she's going to leave him anyways, he's probably just like, well, fuck.
Yeah, that's true too.
So I don't know. We're just really far behind on this because, I don't know, I guess just the roaming and shit. That's another problem with roaming, I guess especially, or potentially, is you just cannot trade as much. But yeah, what I was going to ask you is there a trade, like, can you trade mid-season in the NFL?
There's a deadline.
Is it like, when
It's
is
this
it?
week. This
Oh.
last week is, yeah, it's this week.
Oh,
So usually the last week there's a bunch of shit that happens, like it is
Okay.
right now.
gonna say, I was like, maybe, you know, maybe they try to trade him over somewhere. Maybe he tries to get a trade to go to Miami or the 49ers or something if they aren't doing as well.
I think he'll stay in Tampa. I just think they may try and get him some more help.
Yeah, they need to do something, man.
Because it's definitely not all on Brady, but like, and I know
Yeah.
that kind of people try to blame it all on him, but it's definitely not.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't seen. I mean, I don't know what his interceptions are, or I don't know. Yeah, I'm the same way. I feel like most of it's not Brady.
He's still like throwing 50 and 40-yard passes like it's nothing. It's just
Yeah.
no one can score a touchdown.
Yeah.
So
Oh, he's definitely set for life, man. I mean, even if he never did anything else, even if he never worked again, like,
dude, he could have stopped like after his second Super Bowl and would
Yeah.
have been fine for life, or his first even. I don't know. It's
yeah.
the dude's this.
Yeah, it depends on how you live your life, man, but, I mean, I think definitely most people in most places, right, if you have $10 million or something, like, for sure, you're good. Because you can just invest that at a certain point, right? Like, get a pretty nice house, get, you know, get all kinds of, you know, shit that you want. You could even spend, like, up to $5 million or something on that type of stuff. And then even with $5 million, if you just get, you know, a 10% return every year, hell, just get a 5% return. Just buy some fucking, like, bonds and shit. You know, that's $250,000 a year in interest. It just blows my mind how people can have, like, millions and millions of dollars. I don't know if we have enough juice here. A little scared of Annie. Oh, she's not that fed, but
I need my love to
yeah, let's just get this.
carry. I don't apologize for it. I feel good.
Yeah, I'm down to go.
Humans claim
We
Nice.
womboed him a little bit there.
That's right. That's nice.
We need to kill the freaking Echo.
Oh,
Just
no.
go on him. I'm going with you.
Okay. God. I think he flashed. Could not get into ignite range. We're still getting him.
Has destroyed a turret.
bring it on.
Yeah, let's just run. I'm getting out.
I am definitely more confident than
No financial planning skills. Yeah, I mean, you can do it, but I don't know. It's so bad. I guess even just hire a fucking financial advisor.
I can't die looking.
I don't know. Say, hey man, invest this. Figure it out. Yeah, I mean, a lot of it's just about self-control, right? So you have to just buy so much just stupid shit. I just have like an absurd budget. Of course, I heard Double Lift, you know, who's a millionaire, saying I mentioned this the other day. I think he said he spends $200,000 a year or something on takeout.
That's insane.
He was like, yeah, maybe it wasn't 200,000. I think it was $200 a day. So it's like 60,000 a year in takeout. Like he like door dashes everything.
Echo has no ult.
Okay. I think I might do Priest also for Dragonflight. The thing is, like with modern WoW, you know, they change the. You never know how they're gonna change the balancing. Just on a random aside note, but Priest has like 2 different specs, so it's kind of like you're leveling 2 healers at once, and both look like pretty good and pretty interesting. And Monk, like, it looks fun, but just historically, Monk has kind of sucked. And I don't fully understand some of the mechanics, like, exactly how they're going to play out. I was rich food about the only thing I would spend money on. Oh, food would be. Yeah, I mean, I might eat out. It depends on how much money I have, but
Hey,
I'd probably buy cool shit for, like, friends and things. I mean, that's how a lot of them really do go broke, is they, like, have an entourage. They have a crew that they try to hook up. Yeah, let's see if we can pressure Baron here.
there's 2 at Baron.
I guess we can get... Well, let's get this first. Yeah. Double Lift probably should come back. I think he's still pretty good. I mean, I know he's had a couple of off splits, but it'd be good for the league.
I got freedom. I got a lady. I got a cause.
An enemy has been slain.
This dragon's free.
Yeah. Honestly, I'd probably just be doing a lot of what I do. I like what I do. So, just hanging out with friends, playing video games, teaching. I mean, some people like to travel. Like, I might travel some. I don't know. It might be somewhat cool to go to Europe, stuff like that, and check stuff out some. But I'm not like a huge, like, insanely big travel person. Especially to, like, non-Western countries. It's just, like, weird diseases and just, like, other stuff going on that I'd be worried about. Like picking up, you know, dengue fever or something. Like I had a friend that spent a couple of years over in Thailand teaching English. Hey, what's up, Juan? Good to see you, man. I don't know for sure. Maokai is almost certainly a no. Braum is maybe in the right situation, but really trying to get some wins here near the end of the season. See if we make one last play on Diamond. If we can, you know, by the start of November, like the first week in November, if we can get to like P2, maybe we'll crank it up. I don't know why we're chasing all these kills. You can just get Baron. Well, with Misfortune just inting, it's going to be tougher. But Teemo is applying pressure bot. And he does have wards over here. God.
Oof, that's tragic.
Wait, he doesn't fucking have smite? Why doesn't he have smite?
He died before that.
See, now he's gonna think it's like a bad call. It's like, no, it was a good call before you wasted 30 seconds bottom and Misfortune inted top. Even then, it was probably still fine. I don't know. We killed Echo. Like, why the hell did he just smite early? Because he was gonna die? Does he not have Blather and King? No, he does. Yeah, I'm just a lot better on those champs. Maokai's okay right now, but Braum feels good sometimes, but sometimes not. I don't think Karma's great right now. Taric has a high win rate. I haven't really seen it a lot. So, like, Taric could potentially be good, but...
Oh, I'm dead.
What was going on? Oh, they're just all pushing middle. We got blue, though. No prob.
Your turret has been destroyed.
I don't want a world that's safe.
I'm wondering if he used his smite bottom before we went to Baron.
I don't want a war.
Misfortune is pretty good, yeah. I mean, other than that Baron fuck up, I mean, I don't know. If he didn't have Smite, I guess we should have done it. They responded, like, a lot more aggressively than I thought they would. Did Echo just ult?
He did.
Okay. That's down for at least 30 seconds.
So is Smite.
Yeah. Okay, we got Smite now. I think, actually. We got 9 seconds on it.
We're gonna burn this thing. I mean, look at Teemo just. That was a good ult.
God. Oh, Annie blew her fucking ult on me? Wait, why did Belveth leave the pit? Okay, you guys got it though. Nice. That's... Wait, I thought y'all just killed Ezra. I guess that was somebody else.
I have no idea.
Ah.
I have no idea where Ezra went. I was looking for him. I guess I'm gonna go top.
If you write a message and end it with an emoji, it replaces the entire message with the emoji. Oh, I didn't know that. That's kind of troll.
For humans, magic is like fire. For us, it is water.
Emojis are life, man.
I think they underestimate my charm. How is that even possible? Fun. I need some fun. Now.
Alright, I can... You want this thing? I can walk it up there for you.
Yeah, yeah.
They will see me.
Alright, she might come down here.
See my dance.
Oh, and we got her ult.
Humans will never understand our plan until they hear it. Without wild magic,
So awkward. If we can get this inhibitor, though, it'd be huge.
Yeah, watch out for surfing ult.
She doesn't have it, I don't think, for 60 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to just have too much clear with Echo. Come here, Misfortune.
Zaya says someone has to die.
Or, can we? Yeah, just try it out. We're going to have to turn. Teemo here attacking. Wow, this... Oh, God.
Ouch. Oh. So close.
Damn, I should have failed. At least she has Baron, and she's got the Soul 2 thing, so she'll put out those little things. Please don't die here, though. It's so strong. Just push the lanes, man. This Belveth is such a fucking amateur. Please don't die. Alright. Because she spawns those little dudes when she's got the Baron empowerment. So she needs to be in the lanes.
It don't take a lot of words to tell the truth.
Alright, let's go. Come on, man. Are you shitting me right now? Is it getting Braum? Get in a lane. Spawn your little shit.
I feel like my allies aren't recognizing how
Like, that stuff is so good for sieging.
Rude.
Especially when it gets the, like, Baron empowerment. We need the Baron. Chasing kills. I mean, I guess they just gave us that tower. Oh man, it's just like she's gonna probably die here. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here
We got an inhibitor though, I guess.
myself. But you too.
And, like, it would have been infinitely better if she just sat in the lanes and just pushed them with her little things, even than getting 2 kills. It's like, who cares about the kills at this point in the game? It doesn't matter. Like, kills are only time. It's just time that you get outside the base to push. We gotta stall. Misfortune, please.
Oh, I almost killed Echo. Holy crap.
Eh.
Team was gonna kill them all.
Alright, we just end, I think. Got 10 seconds on volley.
If I get up, I have TP. I can always TP you guys. Yeah, I'm just gonna TP you guys. 'Cause I don't know if you'll be able to end it by the time I'm. Well, maybe, I don't know. I'm coming.
Okay. Alright. Alright. So yeah, sorry, I know you asked that a while ago, Colin, or Andrew. Karma thinks off meta. Tarek is... I'd probably put him tier 3, but he could be as high as tier 2. I think he's kind of situational. I haven't tried Tarek with Shirelia's. Like, the problem with Tarek is, like, he has to, like, stay in combat and keep auto-attacking people to be useful. You got time for one more?
Yeah.
Okay. And, like, obviously you want to be able to stick to them when you're using your ult so they can't run away. So Shirelia's, I think, probably helps. But if you have other divers, like a Hecarim, Jarvan, you know, that type of stuff, that works really well with him. But if they have a lot of range champs or they're very good at, like, disengaging, poke champs, can be kind of rough, I think, but he did have a pretty high win rate. Said something to my wife earlier, I don't remember. I said, oh, that baby's just so cute. She was wearing the baby, like, on her front, sort of, like a pouch thing.
Mm-hmm.
I said, oh, that's so cute. She's just effortless or something like that. She's like, define effortless. That's not... It's like, yeah, you know, 9 months pregnancy, giving birth, breastfeeding, all that stuff. It's minor investment of time.
Just a little bit.
And resources.
They act like they have it so bad. I'm just kidding.
That's right. I mean, come on, man.
Come on, man.
Try getting a diamond.
That's what I'm saying. I don't get it.
Your worst decision will haunt
I
you.
don't get it.
I got through what I think I'm on episode 8 of House of Dragon. I'm like halfway through. It was kind of a long one. It's like hour and 20 minutes or something. But I'm gonna finish the rest of the night. Rory came in, but I was just like, Rhaenyra is like pregnant again. I feel like so many of the female characters are just like pregnant or giving birth. It was like every episode or something like that. Like,
They busy.
it's like Game of Pregnancies. I mean, Daenerys was like pregnant for part of season 1, and you know there were some other ones. Melisandre was sort of pregnant. But yeah, it's just like they're just highlighting it just like so much. It's like, yeah, it's a thing. I mean,
Dude, are you caught up yet?
no, I'm halfway through season 8. So I'm at the part where they're about to think there's going to be some drama around if the sea snake dies, like who's going to inherit that throne.
Yeah.
So they're thinking about disenfranchising Rhaenyra's kids. So that's kind of where I am right now. So still got to get caught up. Kind of showing off one eye as being a potentially a good fighter. I forgot his name.
Aemon?
Yeah. Who are the,
Yeah,
so the older kid is Aegon and the middle one is Aemon, is that right?
So, the one with the one eye, that's Aemon, and he
Okay.
is the younger one. Aegon is the one that's he's a little short, chunkier one.
Yeah. He's a playboy.
Yeah. He's older.
Yeah. Okay. Kaisa, what is Quinn's against Irelia? Who's your favorite, Graves?
Every time.
Yeah, that auto HDR thing that I think somebody's mentioned before that pops up there, it's basically like, I don't think League is compatible with HDR, like they don't write it in HDR, but it tries to, like, the AI and the software tries to write it on the go in HDR as it sees it. So it tries to, like, upgrade it. Oh, and what I use for a monitor too, someone didn't ask that, but I have a 3080 Ti, but it's the TV that I use. I forgot the name. I think is it LG?
30 seconds until minions spawn.
It's like, you can use it. I use a TV as a my monitor. But it's like a really fast refresh rate, so there's like not a delay. I think that's why a lot of TVs don't get used as
I
monitors.
don't know about this, boys, but I guess. Oh, she flashed. Here. Right here. Yo. On her. She flashed.
Trying. We don't have Quinn.
Oh, fuck. I'm out.
Life is way more fun with rules.
Oh my god, she's gonna kill her.
An enemy has been slain.
God. He's gonna die.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Okay. Dude, this is like straight out of Iron, man. I don't know. They're all gonna rotate down here behind us. No, 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 no. Back up, back up, back up.
Riku, I did not rescue you from a cold dead planet so that you could laugh at me. I rescued you so you could hold
Okay.
my mirror and tell me I look good.
Damn, Chin got 2 kills. He hasn't bought yet, though. And he got an assist. So yeah, he got a lot of experience off those. Who got our kills? Kaisa got 2 also. Okay.
Killing spree.
Forget my name, just call for the Lord of Darkness. Prince of Evil, the Emperor of Hotness. It's not that I completely lost my sense of hope. It's that
Yeah, Eamon seems like a good guy, man. I'm sure there's not going to be anything sinister happening with him. Good guy, Eamon.
Oh yeah.
We'll have to ask tomorrow
when Zaya and I
what's going on. I can already, like, guess at some stuff that might happen, but...
I don't like being alone.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and spiky space squids are the worst.
I actually like Eamon's character though.
We'll see. Yeah, just his sort of plot line where he's already, like, murderous and wanted to kill all the kids in the cave and is, like, stealing dragons, and
An ally has been slain.
people used to tease him and shit. He happens to be the second
Yeah.
son, you know, second in line. Presumably Rhaenyra is not going to get it. It seems pretty obvious. So, if I had to guess, again, don't tell me, don't give me any reaction, I'd say eventually he's probably going to kill his older brother and maybe kill other people and try to get the throne, but we'll see. I want Rhaenyra and Team Daemon to work, but they just seem to be in a much weaker position, and their kids seem pretty weak. But we'll see. Dude, I thought they were when that handmaid or whatever got raped by Aegon, and
Yeah.
the queen was confronting her about it. I thought she was gonna kill her, so that word didn't get out about it. But, I mean, maybe that still does happen. I don't know, but I'm surprised she let her go. I thought it was going to be something really subtle. Like, oh, it'll all be... When she said, I know you're not going to tell anybody, I was like, okay, they're bringing in the cripple dude. Whatever, like... She's going to walk out, and he's going to be watching her from the hallway, and then either he's going to kill her or rip her tongue out or something.
Right.
But so far, it's less sinister than I thought. It's like forcing her to take the abortion tea. But it's like, she'd probably want to do that anyway, so it's not that sinister. Unless it has, like, really bad side effects.
Living the dream.
If I could, I would also steal dragons. I mean, yeah, it's like... It's a good play from him.
Stealing the biggest.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not
Right
saying
now.
it's a good play. I'm just saying, like... I don't know. Consequences seem kind of light for that. It's like stealing somebody's nuclear arsenal. It's like someone coming over to the U.S. and, like, taking half of our
Dude.
nukes.
I really wish we got flashbacks on Balerion.
Oh, that'd be cool, yeah.
Really want to see him. Just his pure size is just crazy.
Yeah. Maybe in a later
So
season.
Be awesome.
Yeah. I'm assuming the king
flashback
dies
where,
at some
like-
point this season. But... Because he was the one that wrote him, right?
Yep, he was the last one
Yeah.
before he died. Before Balerion died of old age
Most good guys.
and apparently battle wounds.
See.
Oh god, I'm not doing that.
Are we strong? I think we're stronger than them right now. Yeah, we got a pickaxe versus plated steel caps.
The universe tends towards chaos. I'm just helping it along.
Okay, Vex might be coming down.
Yeah, she might be coming.
Nautilus is obviously extremely good with ganks.
Can we kill him?
Okay. Dexter's right.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
But it is less
An
complicated.
ally
Oh, Kane still had ult. What the fuck? Is he out of mana? I thought he was gonna counter the Vex.
Used to be a square. Then
An enemy has been slain.
I am bad because I'm free, and I am free because
Nice. Portuguese, Spanish word, Dexter, medicine. Sinister is Latin for left? I don't know. That'd be interesting. Just kind of hating on left-handed people, I guess. Which I've never really understood that much. It's just, I guess people just always like to hate on stuff that's different, you know? Okay, there they are. Nautilus is missing.
life is way more fun. Cool.
Okay, Graves is top. Okay, there's Nautilus.
Woo! Being bad feels so good.
There, what was that?
I thought about going for it, but going in, hitting him with W and trying to flash out, but it felt like it was going to be too cute.
Safest for nerds. I do hate you. Sometimes you need
Nautilus could roam. I don't know if he will or not.
I only believe in myself.
Quinn's getting shanked. Yep. About right. I forgot Quinn was even in the game, man. Like, not this game, but just, like, in the game, period. As a champion, you could play. Just about. I mean, you never see her. She has to be, like, bottom 5 most played champs over the last year.
I am so far past redemption.
She needs... She kind of needs rework. If right is right, left is wrong. I guess. Dexterity comes from right-handedness. Yeah, it's just like... That's interesting, thinking of those roots. A lot of it's just like that's the dominant hand for whatever reason genetically with most people. I don't know why that is, or why people are left-handed sometimes. Genetics are very interesting. I just don't know a lot about it.
World's gonna burn. Pleasing by.
Does he have... Okay, he also has zombie ward.
I do what I want. No Stargard 6.
Nah, I don't think we want it. We're gonna get collapsed on.
I'm dead. Oh, damn.
Yeah, there are just too many people there.
I can
Hey,
TP
quit.
in. I can TP
Okay,
in
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Hold on, I got 3 seconds.
Shit, I think they're gonna run.
Damn.
No, they...
Living the dream.
Yeah. I think they're running. They could be hiding in this bush, but...
Good in dark.
Yeah, you would have gotten them, but we didn't know. They were trying to hide in the bush. Ran away. Okay, I'll let her get that solo gold.
Gonna go stare in the mirror. Stay patient.
Vex coming down. She's probably dead.
Woo! Danger brings out my
No, she fast! No. No, just feeding. Poor Quinn.
Perfection doesn't exist.
I don't know. I don't feel that bad for people who pick off meta shit and get spanked. I mean, I wish they, you know, didn't. I think diversity's cool, but it's like, really?
Most good guys are just kidding themselves. The universe tends towards chaos. I'm just helping it along.
What the fuck? God damn, are you serious?
They have no tower. Oh fuck, I gotta back him up.
What the hell stunned me? Irelia?
That worked out.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my god. I still have no clue. I guess it was an Irelia thing. Oh shit. The Vex. God, she's like the only AP threat too. How the hell does this guy have 7 kills? He's just getting like every kill. The Jhin. Ugh, that's obnoxious.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Thanks, Riku. Real cool.
Reaction on what was slow?
Used to be a square. Then I embraced the darkness. Woohoo!
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I'm going to make mistakes. That's why I'm not Challenger. I don't know which play you're talking about. Quinn can be good for stomping noobs, but I think there are just other champs that can also do that that are just more well-rounded. No fucking way! How did he not die? I guess he got a fleet proc and then the Eclipse shield. The Nautilus locket. And he also just doesn't have a lot of damage. He got chain vest. I mean, it's building into death stance. God, this is getting real bad real fast.
Life is way more rules.
I mean, Kaisa quietly has 8 kills though. Like, it's looking bad, but I don't know about that Wits End second. I mean, Vex is strong, but she's literally the only AP, and her damage is fully avoidable. And I guess they don't have any like huge tanks. Is it OP? I mean, I just don't know if it's OP against one champ whose damage is avoidable. Really? Why is Jin's W like a 2-second CC? It's gonna get weird. In a bad fight. I guess. I don't know. I would just rather see more damage. And now she's got a blasting one? I don't know.
As far as the eye can see.
We need big damage. I mean, I guess we do have quite a bit of damage, but what is she getting with blasting wand? She has a mythic. Oh, Nashers? Maybe. Yeah, I mean, I guess with wits. Yeah, he doesn't have Infinity Edge.
Whoa! I saw stars for a second.
She exhausted too. No, Kaisa exhausted. Okay. Okay, it better be a cleanup though. Damn it, Graves does so much fucking damage.
Jesus.
Yeah, I know the W, like, but they've nerfed that so much. I just think PD, like Infinity Edge, it's just the second and third item of choice these days.
Stars are just sad, lonely white bulbs floating in space, revolving endlessly.
They did give her back a little bit of the W, but hey, thanks, Andrew. I appreciate it, man. Have a good one. No fucking way! What is that movement speed? What is that fucking movement speed on Jhin? Oh my god. He doesn't even have fleet? He doesn't even have swiftness boots! I guess I should have flashed. Flash W'd him. Me getting 50% extra movement, 150% extra movement speed. Well, I guess I have 75 running in. It's just not enough. I know he gets movement speed from Chris, but he's like... It's a matter of degree. Yeah, he's too fucking fast to not have fleet or swiftness boots. Like, I get it. If he has fleet and swiftness and he gets a crit, it's like, alright, he's fast. But, like, it felt like he was moving 600 move speed off of no modifiers. He doesn't even have, like, Phantom Dance or anything. No fucking way. Okay, please. Jesus, dude. I'm just getting killed by this Graves. Like, Graves is just, like, one-tapping me. I don't know. He seemed a lot faster than I thought he was going to be right there. I mean, he also has Gale Force, so I should have probably flashed anyways, because he could have just galed my W, potentially, as well.
An enemy is legendary.
The Jhin and the Graves are just so strong. We're doing so well, too.
Their sparkles are so darn sparkly.
Shut down.
Yeah, that's kind of the story of this season and last season, too, is champs that are just like... Get a bunch of free either offense or defense, and they can itemize like really hard in one direction and still have both, right? So Graves gets... That's what they really need to nerf about Graves, is how much armor he gets off of grit. He gets like 60 armor or some stupid shit off of that. It's like, if he wants to build Randuins or something, okay. But, like, the fact that you can go... I mean, he's even been able to build Umbral. He gets a lot of free, like, just damage, too. Like, if he wants to build Umbral for defense, or for, like, utility, he should not be able to one-shot you with a build like that, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, mobility is definitely a thing too, but I just feel like more of, like, champions' kit should be determined by their items. Especially their baseline stats. I think the kit should be unique, but as far as, like, does a champion feel offensive or defensive? What the fuck? Dude, I was CC'd for 3 seconds. Like, I was literally sitting there spamming W. You want a Jhin to build Kraken and Shield Bow? I mean, I wasn't complaining about Jhin. I was complaining about Graves. No, I want Jin's W to not CC you for 2.25 seconds. On a normal ability that's not an ult. Like, it's approaching, like, Ashe level of CC on a basic ability. Try something here, I think. I don't know. I mean, Quinn's trying, but... Quinn doesn't do any damage. I think Jhin is overall, like, an okay champion. It's just the W. I think the rest of his kit's pretty much fine. Just a burst champ that does, like, doesn't do amazing sustained damage. His movement speed is a little fast on crits, but it's really that W that's the major issue, I think. I think the Wits was a bad call. We just don't have the damage. I feel like if Kaisa had crit right there, then we probably would have killed him. I mean, I've done a lot wrong this game too, obviously. Like, I've died 8 times, but... I just feel like the itemization is questionable. I just don't think you can get Wits in versus one AP champ that's mostly avoidable and all AD. Jhin is the most balanced ADC in the game. I don't know. He's consistently above average, so I think by its very nature, that means he's not necessarily balanced. Who is the most balanced ADC of all time? If something's balanced, that means it's usually bad. Like, not necessarily bad, but like tier 2, you know? Like, it's almost never top 5. I feel like Jhin and solo queue is consistently top 5. I wanted to say, like, Caitlyn or something. Or maybe Ezreal. Alright, man. Well, that's got to be it for me, unfortunately. Oh, yeah. His client crashed. Urgot. Yeah, he's not really an ADC. I mean, you can play in there. I mean, I would say probably... Well, there's different balancing at different levels of elo, too. Right? So I think, like... Ezreal, I would say probably Ezreal in solo queue feels the most balanced. Like, there's never a point, or not never, but there's rarely a point where he just, like, gets to kind of just AFK run over the whole team. Something like Kog'Maw or Jinx is probably also pretty balanced. I mean, I don't think Jhin is extremely unbalanced. He's just, like, very different. Yeah, Varus is a good choice, too. Varus is... in solo queue, rarely overwhelming. Usually the stand and fire ADCs, a lot of them are pretty fair. I would say historically Misfortune's probably fair. I think ever since the buffs this season, she's been like a little over the top. There were a couple patches where she was pretty far over the top. But I think by and large she's pretty good. So I don't know. I can agree that Jhin is not usually overwhelmingly OP, but I don't know necessarily that he's the most balanced. But Kog'Maw is very situational. Yeah, he's kind of balanced by the fact that he's bad in a lot of situations, but he can be really good in some situations, right? Like with Lulu, if he gets protection. But I think ADC in general very rarely has overwhelming champions in the overall meta. There are some. There's times where Kai'Sa is like banned a ton. At Worlds, obviously, like Caitlyn's banned a ton because of that meta. I don't know. It is what it is. Okay, well, 2-1, or are we 2-1? Or I guess we were 2-1. Getting closer to getting back to P3. We'll see if we can make a good little run on it this week. But anyways, that's gonna be it. Thank you very much. Have a good day, and we'll see everybody next time.